Hello everyone, we are with Mr. Suganth Kannan. How are you?
Doing great. How about
Okay,
yourself?
he is from Miami and he is the founder and chairperson of American STEM Institute. So, Suganth, please tell us about yourself.
Thank you, Chaitali. I'm Suganth Kannan, a Wharton business graduate living in Miami, USA, running my own corporate strategy company. Miami, USA is the world's third richest city. A lot of business and money transactions happen here at the global level. It's the global hub city in the United States. As Chaitali mentioned, I'm the founding chairman of an organization called American STEM Institute, with two Nobel Prize winners on the board. I focus on bringing investment from Bharat to the United States and helping Indian companies export their products and services to the United States. Through my political connections in the US, I help firms navigate the local landscape, get approval for their new projects and business units. In addition, based on the firm's financial profile in connection with the state governors here, which is similar to the Indian chief minister position, I help them get attractive tax incentives and development concessions. I'm regularly invited by TV channels and shows around the world as an expert to talk about latest happenings in the business sector at the national and global level. My company also specializes in getting visas for the whole business family for them to transfer their business unit from India and resettle in the US.
Okay, Kannan, that was great. And we are so happy listening to your achievements. So please help our Indian community to do business with US. Starting with that, I would like to understand what are the current benefits to do business with US.
Sure. As most of you know, United States is the world's still the world's largest economy. GDP is over 25 trillion US dollars. So, anytime the market is very large, there's a lot of room to grow. And for Indians, Indian business people and business houses, there is a lot of room to grow here in the United States. Because here, if you establish your brand here, you can suddenly sell it to the entire world. And doing business, when you do business here, your perspective of product market and pricing strategy gets completely reversed. Because anything you can make in the US, you can sell anywhere in the world. And with the rules and regulations here, which are very business friendly, getting into the market is much easier. So I strongly encourage the viewers in partnership with myself and American STEM Institute to explore how we can bring your business to the US for growth.
Okay. Kanan, right now in our country, you may be knowing that SMEs are doing really great. MSMEs are also coming up moreover. And I would like to understand that how much scope is there for SMEs to start business with US.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of scope, I would say, for SMEs because in the United States, the economy is primarily composed of what we call the Fortune 500 companies, which is the large companies, and they primarily purchase their procurement division, purchasing division. The buyers in those corporate companies, they primarily source from SMEs throughout the world and India. There's a strong growing interest in India for geopolitical reasons. These companies are trying to shift from purchasing from China and go to India. And I have a lot of contacts in the corporate world here at the highest level. So I can help through American STEM Institute introduce Indian managing directors of firms to corporate buyers in the United States.
Okay. Can you please tell us about the procedures?
Absolutely. The US government here in the United States, there are various rules for different industries in terms of specific procedures. For export, it varies depending on the product, which industry, the mode of shipment, whether it's by sea or air, as well as the dollar value of shipment. India being on good economic terms with the business and economic terms with the US, gets tariff and duty benefits on certain commodities. In fact, the United States government is reviewing and looking to add Bharat back to what is known as the general system of preferences in the coming years, which would give Bharat preferential status on duties, on import duties on various products. And that will help Indian products be more competitive in the United States and help establish a strong foothold here.
Okay. Kannan, which are the major products currently, the commodities, which are in demand in US?
Right, yeah. So as I mentioned, the business climate is very positive here. So a lot of deals in a lot of industries are happening, and India is becoming a new attractive center for procurement for medium and large enterprises in the United States. In terms of the sectors that are in high demand here are biometrics, with the advent of Aadhaar and India actually being on the cutting edge on the global stage in biometrics. A lot of governmental units in the United States are looking to partner with high-tech firms in the biometric space in India for technological transfer purposes. Another good sector is automobile parts. There's a lot of innovation in the automobile sector here. So physical parts as well as those focused on the self-driving sector and electric motorcycles, electrical cars, parts and components for those types of vehicles are in high demand, and Indian companies in those sectors should definitely they have room to grow and export in the United States. Pharmaceuticals, because of historical quality and manufacturing excellence in India in the pharmaceutical manufacturing line, that's in great demand in the US. And steel products, steel, metals, those are also in high demand in the United States.
Okay. Currently, in India, we have elections coming up, and it may be coming up in US also very soon. So, what do you feel about the economic and political scenario of India and US as well, and its impact on our businesses?
Sure, like you mentioned, elections are coming up both in Bharat and US. Bharat in the next 1 to 2 months, and US it'll be happening in November. The relationship between the Bharatiya Janata Party and US Department of Commerce, it's good. It's good at the highest level. So, I mean, in terms of paperwork and trade deals, there seems to be a scope for a mass trade deal being signed after the election and political, scenarios, after the elections happen in both countries. And I'm actually specialized in navigating the investment and visa channels to merge those for the benefit of Indian families and businesses who are looking to come to the US. Because there's been a lot of recent legislative and regulatory developments in that field because the US government wants to attract Indian business talent to come to the United States, invest and take avail of the special visa program that we have here for Indians to come direct, Indian business people to come directly to the US. And through American STEM Institute, I help make that happen.
Okay, so you mean to say it's very easy through business to settle in US with the family?
Yes, yes, depending. Yes, it's very, a lot of people they have this misconception that it's hard to come to the United States. But for folks who are in business and who are running enterprises or wish to establish enterprise, I help them bring their family to the United States. And in terms of the wait time, it's much reduced when you come in on a business visa. There are various investment requirements. You do have to have some financial capital in certain crores range, depending on which industry you want to operate in. But once you clear that threshold, and there are certain proposals and business market proposals that you need to submit, which goes through intensive review by the U.S. Department of Commerce, government, and political officials here. But once that process is cleared, American STEM Institute, we specifically handle all that paperwork. Once that process is cleared, then you get a visa which allows you to permanently settle here and conduct business
Okay.
for your whole family.
Okay. We are with Suganth Kannan, and we will be having part two very soon, wherein we'll be focusing those areas which are more important and we would also like to know that how many crores and what are the specific procedures. So all those
Yes, yeah,
questions
well,
will be, yeah, it will be answered in part two. And you can also comment us that what you would like to understand and what kind of questions you should be asking to him. So, Suganth, Kannan, we are so happy and glad to have you on board. And thank you so much. We'll
yes, thank
continue
you,
with part two very soon.
Chaitali, and you're yes, definitely looking forward to segment two. We'll delve more into detail into these topics.